Greetings all, Ferrari-Man 601 here. Welcome back to F1 2017 and welcome to a short qualifying session here in the Force India of Esteban Ocon at Interlagos. 25% race distance for us today. We're going to see if we can get Force India on the podium, but first we must attempt to qualify into Parc Fermé conditions, and let's go out onto the track for our first run. We have 12 minutes in this run, so it's basically Q3, but for everybody. So let's see if we can get a clear lap under our belt and see what we can do to the timesheets. Got quite a lot of fuel on board. We're in mix 4. Our special qualifying mode on the Mercedes power plant. You might call it party mode, if you were so inclined. See what we can do on the super soft tires. The track should be pretty nicely rubbered in. Snatching the rear axle a little bit. That brake bias a little bit farther forward. Toro Rosso in front, probably going to be a little bit of a hindrance on this lap, but we'll go for it and see what happens. DRS open. The Senna S into the first DRS zone in this lap. On the brakes, missed the apex a little bit. Felipe Massa there on provisional pole. That won't last. Grosjean goes provisionally fastest. Appears that all the midfield runners are out, and there's Sebastian Vettel with a 1:10.5. All right, Kiat. Don't torpedo me, please. Holding us up big time here. Going for the overtake. Definitely lost some time through Sector 2. See what we can do with it. Second DRS zone. Lap time is a 1:11.403. Good enough for a provisional second. That won't last.
You've moved down to P3.
Yep. Not fastest of all in Sector 1 so far. Clear track ahead. What can we do with this? Exceeded track limits. They're still going to allow my time though. So then I will take that and then some. There we go. Up 0.7 nearly. And that's good for provisional second place. Fine by me. A little squirrely there through the Senna S complex. Still up on aggregate. Purple in Sector 1 again, I'll take that. We should definitely be good for a top 10 position already. Waiting for Hamilton to post a time. He'll be taking pole undoubtedly. We throw it away. Yep, we throw it away in a big way. Let's dive into the pits, get a new set of tires on. Take some fuel out of the car. Do one more run. See how much time we've got left in this session, and would appreciate having a little clock up there someplace, just ticking down the whole way, not just within 5 minutes. But that's okay. Reasonably satisfied with our effort. We threw it away there on the last lap, but coming in at this time isn't a bad idea. Anyway, where are we sitting? Find out in just a moment. We've got 5 minutes left.
The forecast is good for this session. Dry weather all the way.
Got time for one more run. Super Softs is it. Let's go on a new set of Super Softs. And we need fuel level. Take that fuel load out of the car, if at all possible. Yep. Enough for one flying lap. Not too many cars on track right now. So let's capitalize on that. Let's head out.
Complete. Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready to go.
Off we go. Coming up on 4 minutes left in this session. That's just enough time for us to do what we need to do. We've taken the excess fuel out of the car. This is the fastest we'll be all weekend. Still holding provisional second. That's pretty good. I am assuming that the front runners haven't gone on their all-out speed runs yet. They'll be doing that within the next 3.5 minutes, quite obviously. Working on getting some heat into the tires. They're mostly there. One thing that's very good about this Interlagos racetrack is that it does put heat into the tires for you. Just the nature of the corners.
2 laps of fuel left.
Into party mode. That's mix 4. DRS open. Let's begin this flying lap. Can we improve? Bit of understeer there. That was not helpful. DRS open, clear track as far as I can see. And now we are underneath our old time. See what we can do. We're playing with the interval right on the mark of improving and not.
Sergio's in P10 at the moment.
Well, we've done a much better job already than our teammate. He's down in 10th. We're right on the cusp of not improving. I think we have enough fuel for one more lap. That last time by was not an improvement. Again, right on the button of not making it. Eight-tenths of a lap worth of fuel remaining. It's going to be really close on fuel as well. Went really deep into that corner. Trying to extract everything we can from this Force India. Trying to shorten the track as much as possible. Not going to improve this time.
Left in the session.
That's it for us, and we're out of gas as well. Completely out of fuel. We totally inhibited some of the faster guys on their last laps. If we can hold P2, I'll be happy.
This isn't a good lap. Abandon it. Return to the pits. Box, box.
Yeah. Don't need a penalty for blocking anybody. Well, we tried to go for it, and I don't think we can go for it. This is definitely not the way to go for it. Vettel P1. So far, we're still holding P2. Looks like we're limited to about 80 kilometers an hour out of fuel there. Put it into mix 4, we actually do pick up a little bit more speed. I've never actually done running on no fuel in this game. Obviously, the car doesn't just all out stop, but interesting to see that. Very, very interesting. I think we are the last car running at this point. Fine by me. Interesting. Obviously, if this were a race, this wouldn't be good. This would not be good at all. But my best lap, a 1:10.620. Sebastian Vettel did a 1:10.293. Just waiting for the fast runners to cross the line. We'll see what's in store for us. First row of the grid would be really nice. It's quite possible that we've out-qualified both of the Mercedes cars. That would be something. Obviously, customer Mercedes engine in the back of this Force India. We'll see what the timing screens say at the end of the session, which will happen imminently. What have we got? Yep, still shown in P2 with 8 seconds to go in the session. And stand by for the session end.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are Vettel, Ocon and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
That's pretty cool. Second place on the grid in the Force India. That would be the upset of the year if this ever were to happen. Out qualifying both of the Mercedes and getting right in behind the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. Pretty cool. Our teammate Perez down there in ninth, so we definitely showed him what time it is. And the rest of the field looking fairly par for the course. Kvyat, somewhat of a surprise there, right at the back behind both of the Saubers. Fernando Alonso hoisting that recalcitrant Honda up into P11. Van Dorn all the way down there in P18. And then, of course, our class of F1 rejects, Palmer and Kvyat and Fairline. Yep, they're not doing so well either. So, interesting qualifying session, but we have to await the race. Stand by. Welcome to the grid here at Interlagos. The Force India is in second position and has the inside line for turn 1. This is a very privileged position to be in for this car, so let's try not to waste this opportunity. To the formation lap.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
As I tend to do in these races, I've got some extra fuel on board, so hopefully we'll be able to run in Mix 3 for a bit longer. We're also going to go long into the first stint, so hopefully we'll be able to get some sort of undercut on the Ferrari, or at very least the Mercedes behind us. Sebastian Vettel was about 3.5 tenths quicker than us in qualifying, so he is genuinely faster. However, we're not that far off, all things considered. We were legitimately faster than everybody else, though. We could be on target today to equal Force India's best ever Formula One result, second place. First time they did that, I believe, was at Spa in 2009, courtesy of Giancarlo Fisichella, who had pole position for that race. We'll get the car set up for the race start. And the computer takes over. Get ourselves onto the grid. And here we are. We'll wait for the field to form up.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Ferrari alongside us, Mercedes alongside us, Ferrari behind us, Red Bull behind him. Yeah, intimidation factor. It's here. Can we do anything with this? Let's keep our head cool, keep our nose clean, and hope for the best. There's the start, not a great launch, lots of wheel spin. We lose second place immediately to Lewis Hamilton. Fighting back into turn 1 though, a little bit of contact with the Mercedes. He's going to force us to the outside, but now we take the inside again and we retake second place.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
That of course leaves Sebastian Vettel out on his own to gap the field immediately. See if we can do anything about that. We will be able to run in Mix 3 for quite a long time. I don't think we're going to have to switch out of Mix 3, all things being good and right with the world. Of course, we do pay a little bit of a weight penalty early on, having the extra fuel, but I'd rather deal with that than not have enough gas at the end when I really would like some speed. A little trouble getting the car stopped there. That's okay. Coming up to complete the first lap, we have remained in second place where we started. Sebastian Vettel setting fastest lap there, as you might expect. Now at this point, what's very important for us is to watch our pace and our gaps relative to the Ferrari as well as relative to that Mercedes behind us. Hamilton is just outside 1 second. Obviously, if he's within 1 second in the DRS detection zone, he will have that DRS advantage down the straight in 2 places around this circuit. So it's going to be important for us to manage that gap behind, as well as think about what the Ferrari is doing. We have gone purple there in Sector 2. Timing and scoring tends to be a little finicky on the first laps. Really, next lap we'll get an accurate picture of how fast we are, but we are pulling away from Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
I will not have DRS on Vettel. Hamilton shouldn't have DRS on us. All in all, not a bad start to this race. Now it's up to us to keep it on the island for as long as we can. We have quite a while before our pit stop. We'll be going onto the soft compound tires, the yellow sidewall. Again, we are already running far higher up the field than the Force India has any business being, so just being here is pure gravy. Going to try not to get too greedy, and perhaps, just perhaps, we might be able to try something with strategy on the Ferrari. As you can see, he is pulling away from us.
The distance to the leader is 1.8 seconds.
Torturing the left front tire there into the first corner. Raikkonen has taken P3 from Lewis Hamilton. So we are splitting the Ferraris. So far the car feels good. Managing our fuel just fine.
Switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Let's see if they'll respond. Plan A, plan A.
Understood, copy that.
There we go. All right, working lap 4, just about to start lap 5 of 18. The Ferrari stays out, and we stay out. Everybody behind us stays out as well. 2.3 seconds is the gap. I don't think we have any answer for the Ferrari in terms of raw pace. But again, running P2 in this Force India. Raikkonen 1.4 seconds behind. We can keep him outside of DRS range, we just might survive here. Getting a lot of wheel spin there. We lost tons of time to Raikkonen and getting more wheel spin. I have to be careful on the throttle now. Raikkonen's going to have DRS on us. We could be a sitting duck down the straight. We lost 7 tenths through those 2 corners. Raikkonen with the DRS open. Let's try not to give him any sort of tow down the straight.
Is 8.8 seconds.
Raikkonen right on our rear wing now. We're going to have to go defensive. Let's park it right in the middle of the road. And we'll use the infield where I think we are marginally stronger to try and regain some of that gap. Vettel also appears to have slowed the pace down a little bit. Perhaps they're getting into fuel management. Raikkonen in 4/10 there. Had a bit of a cleaner sector 2 on that lap, but still not enough to pull out of the DRS range.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Tire wear pretty high. On the fronts, though, more than the rears. That's interesting. Fuel delta plus 3.78 or so. So we've got plenty of gas, not at all worried about that. What's really interesting to see, though, is just how much Raikkonen has managed to gap Hamilton. Mercedes really just off the pace today. We'll see if any of the Ferraris dive into the pit lane. I'd expect Raikkonen in first, all things being right with the world, but Vettel jumps in.
They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Vettel in the pits first, leaving Raikkonen out here to fight with me. We move into the race lead on the pit stop rotation. Perez in the pits.
Sergio is in the pits. Sergio has pitted.
Park the car right in the middle. Trying to maintain as much of a gap to Raikkonen as we can. Again, he has DRS down the straights. Trying not to give him a tow. Let's see if he dives into the pits. He does, okay.
Your pit window is now open.
Working lap 9 of 18. This is the halfway point. Raikkonen could well resume where he pitted from. I think he will. Vettel retakes second. So the Ferrari strategy working a treat there. They are leading the race on aggregate. .9 seconds is the gap between myself and Sebastian Vettel. 18.5 back to Kimi. We're not even guaranteed to resume in P3 at this point.
Pit in.
Calling me into the pits. I think we're going to oblige. Tires are giving up. Very nearly thought we were speeding in the pit lane. It seems that we've avoided that.
Complete. Go now.
All right, there goes P1. And Raikkonen in P2 going past now.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Ah, this pit exit is really tough. There's Bottas going by for P3. Told you resuming in P3 was not a given. Bottas is on the faster tire. I don't know if he's been in the pits yet. I would assume he has been. That was the detection line. DRS. Not close enough to Bottas to do anything with it. Lap 11 of 18. Trying to attack the Mercedes. He is on the better tire right now. But it's between Bottas and us for the podium. Can we try to get after him? Marginally closer this time by. I don't think that's going to be enough. Bottas pits. Wow, he went really long. It's 3.5 seconds between myself and Raikkonen. Working lap 12 of 18.
Okay, distance to teammate, 11.4 seconds. Gap to car in front is 3.7 seconds.
So Bottas there effectively acting as the rear gunners for the Ferraris. Interesting. Hamilton, I think, is actually out of the race. No, he's not. We still have 20 cars running. I did get a message a little while ago about a problem for Hamilton, so he's got some sort of issue. So he should not be a factor. Safety car at this point would be very intriguing. Ferrari dropping out of the race at this point would be very intriguing as well. Got nobody behind us. We've gone purple in Sector 1. .62 is the fuel delta in the positive direction. Still got plenty of fuel. And it's for this stage in the race that I carry that extra fuel, because if I can run in the faster engine mode for a bit longer, I might be able to do something. What can we do, if anything? We are reeling Raikkonen in, but it is by fractions. 3 seconds almost exactly now is that gap. But I can see him there just at the end of the straight.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.2 seconds.
He's slightly better than us in Sector 1. I might be better in Sector 2.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
It's all very tense now in here. Not gaining on Raikkonen anymore. Again, we are on for P3. That is a podium for this Force India. We have no business being this high up the field, but here we are.
The gap to the car behind is 10.9 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds back to Ricardo. Not even a thought. Fuel delta is plus 0.79. Gonna have to dial it back soon, I think. But we are marginally gaining on Kimi again.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.9 seconds.
Yeah, 2.9. At some point, they're going to come screaming on the radio, telling me to turn the engine down. I'll have no choice but to comply.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel.
There we go.
We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
2 laps to go. Fuel delta is plus 0.45 and dropping all the time.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
2 laps of fuel remaining and exactly 2 laps of racing remaining.
The gap behind us is 12.4 seconds.
I have to turn the engine down through Sector 2. And a bit wide, yep. That's the end of our charge. Turn the engine down. Turn it up again down the straights, but really, that's all she wrote. Final lap underway now.
This is your final lap of the race. So the gap to our teammate is 17.4 seconds.
Yep, we can't do a thing about Kimi getting our tire wear again. The front's taking a pounding around here. Somewhat unusual. Rest of the car seems okay. MGUK wear is at 14%.
3.8 seconds.
Yep, 3.8 seconds. Couldn't do a thing about it anymore. That was it. Sebastian Vettel has won the race. Kimi Räikkönen in second, securing the Ferrari 1-2. But here we are in the Force India in P3 on the podium.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
Not a bad result for the Force India. To Park from A.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hound on the
Lewis
wheel,
Hamilton in 8th. Not good for
Here come our
him.
winning
The
drivers
podium.
then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in. Congratulations to our top 3 today.
Very, very cool. 2 Ferrari drivers on the podium and no Mercedes drivers. That would be really cool to see in the real world championship, I would say. Doesn't seem to be the case so far this year, but who knows? Second half of the season might hold some surprises.
Now then, Anthony
Final
Davidson,
results.
who was your driver of the day?
Probably Danny Kvyat. The young Russian has a lot to live up to, and I think he did just that today.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Kvyat, driver of the day. Really? He's not even in the top 13. Where is he? Obviously, Vettel in first and Räikkönen finishing second. I'm in third here, down 1 spot, but still, that is a pretty good performance by the Force India. My fastest lap, faster than Räikkönen and just a couple hundredths off of Sebastian Vettel. But where is Kvyat? He's not in 13th. 14th, no. 15th. He started 20th, and he finished 15th. Okay, you're up 5 spots, but really? Driver of the day for Mr. Torpedo? I don't think so. Everybody did finish the race. Fairline, the only car a lap down. And Hamilton up there in 8th. That's not a very good day. But not too bad. We finished 3rd. Our teammate Perez down there in 6th. We definitely outperformed the car today, so not too bad. Anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed this one. Ferrari Man 601 saying thank you very much for watching. And of course, we will see you soon.